In the ruins of Syria, a new war is brewing, not between Syrians, but between two regional giants, Turkey and Israel. On April 2nd, 2025, Israeli jets bombed Syrian air bases, including T4 near Palmyra, just as Turkish officials were preparing to deploy air defense systems and armed drones there. This wasn't just an attack on Syria, it was a warning shot across Turkey's bow. The message was clear: stay out of our way. But why? Why are these two nations, once allies, now locked in a deadly game of chess over a war-torn land? To understand this rivalry, we must first look back. For years, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has been Israel's loudest critic. In 2009, at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Erdogan stormed off stage after accusing Israel of slaughtering Palestinians during Operation Cast Lead. His rhetoric has only grown sharper, especially as Israel's actions in Gaza and the West Bank continue to draw global condemnation. Erdogan's Turkey has positioned itself as a defender of Muslim causes, while Israel sees itself as a fortress in a hostile region. But Syria? That's where their paths collide. Turkey sees Syria as a buffer zone, essential for its security. With millions of Syrian refugees on its soil, Ankara needs a stable Syria to send them back. But more than that, Turkey fears the rise of Kurdish militias in northeastern Syria, viewing them as an extension of the PKK, a group it considers terrorists. Turkey has thrown its weight behind Syria's new government, led by interim President Ahmed al-Shara, hoping to consolidate power and prevent any Kurdish autonomy. For Turkey, a united Syria under its influence is the ultimate prize. Israel, however, wants the opposite. A weak, fragmented Syria is safer for Israel. A divided Syria can't threaten its borders or support groups like Hezbollah. Israel has long conducted airstrikes in Syria, targeting what it claims are Iranian-backed forces. But now, with Assad gone, Israel's strikes have escalated, hitting the new Syrian government's military assets. Israel's expansion into Syrian territory, including the Golan Heights and beyond, is seen as a bid to create a buffer zone and secure its dominance. The tension reached a boiling point in early April 2025. Israel's airstrikes on Syrian bases, including those Turkey was eyeing for its own use, were a direct challenge to Ankara's growing influence. Turkey's Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan condemned the strikes, warning that they were eroding Syria's ability to fight threats like Islamic State and fueling regional instability. Yet in a rare sign of restraint, Fidan also stated that Turkey wants no confrontation with Israel in Syria, emphasizing that Syria belongs to Syrians. But actions speak louder than words. Turkey has been preparing to deploy forces to Syrian air bases, while Israel continues its incursions, each side testing the other's limits. Amidst this brinkmanship, both nations have begun technical talks in Azerbaijan to avoid accidental clashes. These talks aim to establish a de-escalation mechanism, a way to prevent misunderstandings from spiraling into open war. But can diplomacy hold back the tide of ambition and rivalry? Turkey and Israel are not just fighting over Syria, they're fighting for the future of the Middle East. For Turkey, Syria is a stepping stone to regional dominance, a chance to rebuild its Ottoman-era influence. For Israel, Syria is a bulwark against its enemies, a place where it can project power and secure its borders. But the people of Syria are caught in the crossfire. As these two powers maneuver for control, Syria's suffering continues, its future held hostage by foreign agendas. So as Turkey and Israel face off in the ruins of Syria, the world must ask, will this rivalry spiral into open conflict, or can diplomacy prevail in a region where war has become the norm? And what of the Syrians? Will their voices be heard, or will they remain pawns in a game they never chose to play?